Okay, hopefully we're live again. Let me just get things set here. There we go. Okay. I don't know if you heard me, but I told you already that I had heard a Canada goose, and while restarting, I heard it again. I still don't know where the sound was coming from. It didn't sound like it was coming from the pond, but I never saw anybody in flight, so I don't know what's going on. It could be just, sometimes you see a flight here of Canada geese that they seem to, not land, and then I don't know if the same ones come back later, but later on you see Canada geese coming into the pond. So let's get underway here as soon as we can. Let me get gloves on. I feel silly needing gloves, but I need gloves, I'm sorry. At least I'm not using the battery packs yet. I don't even have them with me. Not that cold, but my hands get cold. So. Anyway, welcome. Oh, hey! Hey! I hope that's not a bad omen. Well, we're going to look at that reflector. And I'm not going to deal with it now. Maybe if I remember right, I'll take it with me. Just heard a blue jay. I think I've been hearing a hairy woodpecker, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to say it's windy. There's a breeze, and and partly maybe because I'm walking, but it does feel kind of windy against my ears, for instance. It seems like it's getting dark in a hurry. Part of that is because the sky is clouding over again. We really don't have much time. So actually 2 or 3 blue jays vocalizing. At least 2. And somebody else, I'm not sure, almost sounds like a chip note of a cardinal, but I'm not sure. I don't see the cardinal. I think it's a cardinal. And given the area, it's very likely a cardinal. Shoot, forgot something. There may be 2 cardinals, just from what I'm hearing. I'm not. Oh, I see one. Hey, cute. Female cardinal. Blue jays up here. 2 blue jays. Well, I don't know where the other one is, but I see one here, and I think I just heard a third. And I just heard a tufted titmouse. I wonder if there's somebody around. I just saw a Canada goose on the pond. Well, let's take a quick look at the pond. I see 2 Canada geese out there. is that? Is that a red-winged blackbird? No. Red-bellied woodpecker up here. The Canada geese are here. And I think I see a couple more over here. And I want to look around quickly with binoculars, and then we're going to hit the trails. I see three more Canada geese. And not much else. May have just heard the rattle of a belted kingfisher. I'm not sure, but we don't have time to wait. Let's go. Oh, hi. Phew. There, we'll walk around. I had said three more Canada geese. I think here are two of the three, and then I think I'm wrong in saying just three. There are more. There are two wood ducks, and I definitely just heard a belted kingfisher. And there's a mourning dove that just flew by. You might be, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but the kingfisher continues to vocalize. Let's go. The rabbit is still there. I'm glad I didn't frighten it away. The problem I have with doing that is, what if the rabbit thinks I showed him? By the way, as I was driving to Montezuma today, I was looking at the way the leaves were coloring up, and I was thinking, okay, what kind of a could I tell what kind of a year we're going to have? And I think it's not going to be that good. There were a couple areas that normally are really at certain times of the year really spectacular. Just a couple short stretches that I really like. And one of them, instead of being really nice, I noticed, and maybe it's like this every year and I just never realized it, but I realized, boy, quite a few of these trees are already without any leaves at all. So, I don't know if it's going to happen this year in terms of any kind of a, really special, autumn color celebration. You know what I mean? Maybe not going to happen this year. And last year it didn't happen at all. In terms of leaf color, last year was a disaster. Obviously things are very dark in here. I'm not zoomed out at all. Already my camera's indicating that it's, you know, a low light situation. A lot of leaves on the trail, but you know, the weather's been kind of wet, and you know, so it's not like we're crunching on dry leaves as we walk. And really, we're here pretty late in the day. Between the relatively late hour, the fact that it is clouding over a bit, and the fact that still, you know, here in the woods, there are still plenty of leaves on the trees. It's dark down here at ground level, and we might not see much. I'll tell you this, it's not overly strong, but it smells like fall. You know, as the leaves decay and everything, it has that sweet smell of fallen leaves. And, you know, it was around 50 degrees, so it feels, can't see my breath, but it feels cool. I mean, it feels like fall. I think I'm hearing a frog though. And I see a couple of people walking. We're going to keep going. Oh, I'm just looking at my camera screen. It looks very dark. Maybe a little bit darker on the screen than it does to my own eyes. I apologize for that. I mean, it's nice to see things here at Sapsucker. We're not here just for the sake of being here. And you know, the funny thing is, I kind of felt like I was ahead of schedule in terms of when I left Montezuma, but you know, the days get dark quickly sometimes, especially if the weather isn't, you know, beautiful and bright. And you know, the days will continue to get short, and then once we hit daylight savings time changeover again, it's going to be that much more difficult. I'll have to see if I can get started earlier in the morning. To me, Montezuma, as I've mentioned before, you know, obviously there's the driving time, squirrel, and just the time, you know, we spend there, but it's so worth it. Who knows what you'll see? I mean, we saw some nice things there today, I thought. I mean, between all the ducks, the swans, the Canada geese, certainly the sandhill cranes. Always want to see more, of course. I was wearing a light jacket earlier today. I'm wearing a warmer one now. I think I'm probably glad that I'm wearing it instead of the lighter one. Not, again, it's not freezing here, but it's, you know, certainly not warm. But everything's relative. Like I said earlier, I mean, if this were January and it were 50 degrees, and especially if it were sunny, I'd be walking around thinking spring's right around the corner. I've told the story before, but that was one of the best days years ago, before the tour, when we had a warm spell, and I think it was in January, maybe February, I don't know, but we had a warm spell, and it went through much of the week, and then I was looking forward to coming here, but I saw in the forecast the weather was going to turn back to normal, cold and who knows what else, on Saturday. So Friday was the last nice day. And I was lamenting the fact to my brother. And he said, you know, take the day off. And I don't, you know, take too many days off. Take the day off and go on Friday. And I had to admit it was a good idea. I took the day off and I came here and walked around, and it really was a nice day. I mean, I wore just a light jacket. I had gloves with me. I don't think I ever put them on, and for me that's saying something. And I don't remember if I wore my summer hat. I think I did. It was sunny, it was beautiful. Much of the snow had already melted off the ground. A few places there were, you know, there was some, a little bit of snow to worry about. Really ice on the bridges, actually. But it was such a nice day that day. I was so glad I came up here. And I walked everywhere. I mean, you know, our walks here are generally, let's face it, kind of short. I walked for at least 4 hours just taking photos. I'm not seeing anything. I'm going to look with binoculars. I think I'm hearing a hairy woodpecker, but I'm not sure. Oh, maybe not. You know what? That might be actually the chip note of a sparrow. Song sparrow. I think it is. I don't know. I'm hearing like 3 different vocalizations. There's not much going on, so we're going to move on from here. Walking around that day, that warm day, I mean, I knew the weather was going to turn, but it really felt like spring was coming. And I remember, I think I was, not sure where I was, but like, just walking across one of the boardwalks, and even though there were evergreen trees, just to see some green. There was no snow around. It was just beautiful that day. And I don't know if I even took all that many pictures. I think I did. But it was just such a nice walk, like I said. One note I'm hearing definitely sounds like the chip note of, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's sounds like a song sparrow chip note. But I'm hearing something else. I'm not sure what else I'm hearing. It's a higher pitched sound. At least 3 of them. I don't know who's making that sound. Okay. Those are mallards. Oh! Okay. A mallard just came in for a landing. And farther out, more Canada geese, and we just heard vocalizations of wood ducks. Now, we had seen wood ducks before, and I see a great blue heron. Hi, heron. Hi, baby. Can't see the legs. Okay, the wood ducks must be over here somewhere. Lots of wood ducks. Lots of wood ducks. Okay, I'm hearing Canada geese. Sounded like they were in the air, but maybe not. I don't know if I really want to be here. I think I kind of want to be where we were last week when the geese came in. To take off my gloves because for some reason part of this glove gets stuck on my on the button on the camera. think I just heard a white-throated sparrow. Okay, I need to look. I want to look with binoculars where the geese and ducks are. Quite a few wood ducks there. Not sure how many. It's hard to count because it's so dark. As for the great blue heron, it hasn't moved. And I think we are going to move. We're going to continue on. Who's making this noise? Wish I could see them. Oh, just saw something fly through the air. What I should have done when I saw the one and had it on camera, instead of looking at it on camera, I should have looked with binoculars. I might have been able to see what it was. I think I just heard a catbird. I did. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get going here. Time is short. I hear more geese coming in. At least one. Some ducks just flew. Don't know what kind of ducks they were that flew away. We don't have much time if the geese are coming in, so let's get going. Maybe the geese are kind of arriving a little early today, I'd say. Maybe I'm wrong. I can hear more now. Maybe I should have stayed where I was. I don't know. On the Sherwood platform. There's some ducks nearby. I don't want to startle them. Oh, they took off. Shoot. They were wood ducks by the sound of them. Here come the geese. And a large flock. Some stragglers may yet come in, but I have a feeling they've seen just let everybody arrive for the night. I think it's time we got going. You may wonder, why don't I try to show you the geese that are on the water? And it's because it's so dark, and even with night vision, there's only a limited range, over which night vision works. And I don't have anything with me to enhance that. And I don't know if it would reach anyway. But I'm glad we saw that. I've seen, maybe even more impressive Canada goose arrivals here at Sapsucker, but it was still nice to see. I worry when I hear the increase in Canada goose chatter. Are there more coming in that I didn't wait for? But I have a feeling that's not the case. Could be it's just an increase in the chatter. But you were unable to see anything. I'm able to see my way well enough to walk. I don't need a flashlight. Not that I can see every little thing on the ground, but it looks like you're seeing almost complete darkness. If I point the camera upwards, maybe that's not so bad for you. I mean, there's still a little bit of light in the sky, but down here at ground level, things are very dark. But I'd say overall it's been a nice day. I've enjoyed it, certainly. Like I always say, I wouldn't have minded seeing more, seeing better. But it was nice to go to Montezuma, to see our hawks on the campus, to come here and have granted we didn't see all that much here, but it was nice to see what we did see here. So I'm glad to have done it. For me, the tour goes by very quickly. And it's already essentially over. I hope you enjoyed it like I did. I'm not going to go back to the water. It's too dark to see, and it wouldn't make sense, really. So we're going to sign off now. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the day. Hope you can do some bird watching on your own during the week. And even if you can't, I hope that you are all able to have a good week. So we're here. It's time for me to pack up and head home. Everybody, I wish you all a great night and a great week. Take Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.